Okay, all good. Fine. Yeah. So we are skipping all of that part and we're basically jumping to JavaScript. Okay. While HTML and CSS control the content and styling of a page, JavaScript is used to make it interactive. In the JavaScript algorithms and data structure certification, you learn the fundamentals of JavaScript, including variables, arrays, objects, loops, and functions. You have a vague idea about each one of these concepts, yeah?
Yeah.
Once you have the fundamentals down, you'll apply that knowledge by creating algorithms to manipulate strings, factorialize numbers, and even calculate the orbit of the International Space Station. Along the way, you learn two important programming styles or paradigms: object-oriented programming and functional programming. Okay? We need to start our timer, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Fine. JavaScript is a scripting language you can use to make web pages interactive. It is one of those core technologies of the web along with HTML and CSS and is supported by all modern browsers. In this course, you will learn fundamental programming concepts in JavaScript. You will start with basic data structures like numbers and strings. Then you learn to work with arrays, objects, functions, loops, if-else statements, and more. Okay. The first one, commenting your JavaScript code. Comment your JavaScript code. Comments are lines of code that JavaScript will intentionally ignore. Comments are a way to leave notes to yourself and to other people who will later need to figure out what that code does. There are two ways to write comments in JavaScript. Using the double slash will tell JavaScript to ignore the remainder of the text on the current line. This is an inline comment, so it's just applicable for one single line. Okay.
Yeah.
You can make a multi-line comment beginning with /* and ending with star and /. This is a multi-line comment. Note, as you write code, you should regularly add comments to clarify the function of parts of your code. Good commenting can help communicate the intent of your code, both for others and for your future self. Try creating one of each type of comment. So we can do comment 1, control / and you just get the comment there.
Control.
And that slash. Right? That is what you were using in CSS as well as HTML. Correct?
Control /.
And in this for the next thing, we're going to do /*. You can put as many lines as you want, and star and /. You see this double line,
Yeah.
this double slash is valid only for this line.
Yeah.
After this, if you type anything, it works. This one, everything from the start to the end, it can be as many lines as you want, will be commented. So inside here, if I put let, obviously it is not functioning.
Still comments, yeah.
Okay. Run all the tests. All good. Declare JavaScript variables. In computer science, data is anything that is meaningful to the computer. JavaScript provides 8 different data types. JavaScript provides 8 different data types, which are undefined, null, boolean, string, symbol, big int, number, and object.
Can you read that again, please?
From the start?
Yeah, in computer.
In computer science, data is anything that is meaningful to the computer. JavaScript provides 8 different data types, which are undefined, null, boolean, string, symbol, big int, number, and object. For example, computers distinguish between numbers such as the number 12 and the strings such as $12, $dog, and $123 cats, which are a collection of characters. Right?
Yeah.
Computers can perform mathematical operations on a number but not on a string. Okay. We will look at each one of these cases in some time.
Yeah.
Okay. Variables allow computers to store and manipulate data in a dynamic fashion. They do this by using the label to point to the data rather than using the data itself. Any of the 8 data types may be stored in a variable. Variables are similar to x and y variables you use in mathematics, which mean they are simply a name to represent the data we want to refer to. Computer variables differ from mathematical variables in that they can store different values at different times. We tell JavaScript to create or declare a variable by putting the keyword var in front of it like this. So var rname creates a variable named rname.
Yeah.
This creates a variable called rname. In JavaScript, we end statements with semicolons. Variable names can be made up of numbers, letters, and dollar or underscore, but may not contain spaces or start with a number. Use the var keyword to create a variable called myname. Var myname semicolon.
Yeah. Run.
Yeah.
Okay.
Storing values with an assignment operator. In JavaScript, you can store values in a variable with the assignment operator. My variable equal to 5. This assigns the number value 5 to my variable. If there is any calculations to the right of the equal to operator, these are performed before the value is assigned to the variable on the left of the operator. Var my var equal to 5. First, this code creates a variable called myvar. Then the code assigns 5 to myvar. Now if myvar appears again in the code, the program will treat it as if it is 5. Assign the value 7 to a. Var 7 equal to var a equal to 7.
I have a problem.
Okay. What is your problem?
I don't know.
Yeah, what is the line number 4?
Only change the below. Below. It's okay. So var a.
No, you declare it only once. Once you say var a, the a is created.
Now what should I do?
You should only do a equal to 7. You create it only once.
So var you created, yeah?
Yeah. So now a exists. After that line, the variable a exists.
Okay.
And now you're giving it a value, a equal to 7.
Sure.
Assigning the value of one variable to another. After a value is assigned to a variable using the assignment operator, you can assign the value of that variable to another variable using the assignment operator. Var myvar equal to 5. Var mynum and mynum equal to myvar. Okay. The above declares a myvar variable with no value. Then assigns it the value 5 in this second line. Right?
Yeah.
Next, a variable named mynum is created with no value. Then the content of myvar, which is 5, is assigned to the variable mynum. Now mynum also has a value of 5.
Yeah.
Assign the contents of a to variable b. At the end you have to do assign the contents of a to b. What do you do?
Okay, let me think about it. So var a. Okay, we assign var a.
Yeah.
And then equal to 7.
Yeah.
Then we assign var b.
Yeah.
And now b equals to a.
Yeah. Semicolon.
Semicolon.
Initializing variables with the assignment operator. It is common to initialize a variable to an initial value in the same line as it is declared. Var myvar equal to 0 creates a new variable called myvar and assigns it an initial value of 0. Define a variable a with var and initialize it to a value of 9. Var a equal to 9.
That's it?
Yep. Previously, you used the following code to declare a variable, var name. But you can also declare a string variable like this, var myname equal to whatever, inside double quotes.
Inside double quotes. Okay.
Okay. Your name is called a string literal. A string literal or string is a series of 0 or more characters enclosed in single or double quotes. Create two new string variables, my first name and my last name, and assign them the values of your first and last name respectively.
Should I put var or no?
Yes.
So
When you're
first
creating a variable, you have to put var.
Okay. My first name.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Name equal no. This one, yeah? And now
No, you can do it in the same line, right?
equals to Said.
Yeah. But how is the string declared?
Oh yeah. Double quotes.
I think you can double click Saeed and just press double quotes. It should work.
Double click Said.
Control Z. Yeah, double click Saeed and press that double quotes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Now my last name equals to Cristiano. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Ah. So var means variable, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
When JavaScript variables are declared, they have an initial value of undefined. If you do a mathematical operation on an undefined variable, your result will be NaN, which is not a number. If you concatenate a string with an undefined variable, you will get a string of undefined. Initialize three variables A, B, and C with 5, 10, and I am a respectively, so that they will not be undefined. It says only change code here, so we have to make var A
Equals to 5.
yeah.
B equals to 10. C equals to yeah.
Understanding case sensitivity worked for you?
Yeah.
Okay. Understanding case sensitivity in variables. Okay. So basically means you look at line number 2 here.
Yeah.
And you look at line number 7.
Yeah.
Right? Both of them are, one is uppercase. They are not the same variable name, right?
No.
They have the same alphabets.
But
STUDLY. And this also is STUDLY, but one is caps and one is small.
True.
So these two are two different variables. So if you have var A and if you have var A, these are two different things.
They are not the same.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it is case sensitive. Okay. In JavaScript, all variables and function names are case sensitive. This means that capitalization matters. My var is not the same as this my var nor my var. It is possible to have multiple distinct variables with the same name but different casing. It is strongly recommended that for the sake of clarity, you do not use this language feature. Best practice. Write variable names in JavaScript in camel case. So the first one will always be a small alphabet size. So you see the camel's small c, camel, and case is capital C.
Yeah.
Right? In camel case, multi-word variable names have the first word in lowercase and the first letter of each subsequent word is capitalized.
So if you have 3 words.
So for example, if you need another variable, var is the user logged in equal to true.
Okay.
Right? So every subsequent word is a capital alphabet.
Why you don't keep space between them? It's better.
There becomes two different things. Once a space is introduced, it's two different things.
Okay.
Okay, so in Python, I mean in JavaScript we use this. In Python, if you have to write, you would do is the user.
That's in Python.
Yeah,
Okay, use hyphen.
you use underscore, right? In JavaScript also, if you make this variable, it will work. There is no problem.
But it's not known.
But it's not normal.
It's not normal.
Right? It's not the convention.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So all over the world, everybody writes in a particular style, whatever is considered a best practice.
So it's better than
So if you write like this, it will work. Nobody will, I mean, the compiler will not complain, but anybody else reading the code will be like, bro,
what is that?
I think you are writing in the wrong language. Right? So, examples. See, some variable. Another variable name.
Yeah.
This variable name is so long. You see how each one of them is capitalized. Right? So it's easy for you to read also, right?
Yeah.
If you make all of them small, what will you read?
You can.
If I remove this, now where do you start?
Yeah.
You don't know where what ends.
Exactly.
Or what
you
not,
will never
right?
understand it.
Modify the existing declarations and assignments so that the names use camel case. Do not create any new variables. So we adjust this to studly cap var, proper camel case, title cover case, title underscore title cover case over, title case over. Done?
Yeah.
Explore differences between var and let keywords. One of the biggest problems with declaring variables with var keyword is that you can easily overwrite variable declarations. Var camper equal to James, var camper equal to David, console.log camper. In the code above, the camper variable is originally declared as James. You see the second line?
Yeah.
First line says var camper equal to James. Second line says var camper equal to David. So both of them are declared with var. Right?
Both camper equals to different.
Different values, but both of them you are declaring.
Yeah.
Right? It's not a reassignment. You are not saying var camper equal to James and you are not saying camper equal to David. You are saying var camper equals David. Right? So think of this as like hundreds of lines of code. Right? And in the beginning, somewhere in line 1, you have defined this.
Yeah.
And then you have a long file. And then you're like, hey, I need a variable. I think I'll call this variable camper. And you declare a new variable called camper. May not even be in this file, maybe in some other file which is in the same module or whatnot, right? And then you override this and then it won't work. because you're overwriting what the variable was supposed to do, right? So this is allowed with var, and var was a old notation.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. The camper variable is originally declared as James and is then overridden by David. The console then displays the string David. In a small application, you might not run into this type of a problem. But as your code base becomes larger, you might accidentally overwrite a variable that you did not intend to. Right?
Yeah.
Because this behavior does not throw an error, searching for and fixing bugs becomes more difficult. There's no error. Right?
Everything's working.
Yeah, everything is working fine, and you're wondering why is this broken? Why is this not doing what it was supposed to do? It's because you're overwritten a variable itself, right? Or a variable which is used somewhere else. Okay?
So if you have 1,000 lines, you have to check all of them.
Yeah.
But the problem even if you, let's say in the first line.
Yeah, you will not be able to debug it because you don't know where the error comes.
That's what I'm to say. So you have 1,000 lines.
Yeah.
Let's say you want to check one by one.
Yeah, but see, Syed, the problem is when this error happens, right? You won't know that it is not working because you overwrote a variable. You will not be thinking of it.
That's true.
You'll be writing some logic steps, right?
Yeah.
And then you overwrite this and you'll be checking that logic. Yeah, this is correct, this is correct, this is correct. You will never think that maybe this variable name is used somewhere else.
That's
realistically speaking.
Exactly. That's
right?
what I want to ask.
Yeah. Okay. So, a keyword called let was introduced in ES6, a major update to JavaScript to solve this potential issue with the var keyword. You'll learn about other ES6 features in later challenges. If you replace var with let in the code above, it results in an error. So in your file, instead of using var, if you use let, no matter where it goes,
Yeah.
even if it is 1,000, 10,000, 50,000 lines later, if you redeclare it, you will get an error. Okay. So unlike var, when you use let, a variable with the same name can only be declared once. Update the code so that it uses only the let keyword. Okay. So if you do this and control enter, okay, and if I change this to let and change this to let,
Oh, how to do it for line lines? Oh, yeah. What's happened?
no problem. You press backspace again one more time so it went one line above. Anyway, when you run it, it should run.
So it is better to use let rather than using.
Yeah,
var.
now in modern JavaScript syntax, you will use let. So I told you, like a few years ago, new version of JavaScript came out and then it changed everything.
Yeah.
So that is ES6, and now everywhere they expect you to write it in ES6.
In ES6. So var is variable. Let, what is it?
Let and var, it just so happens that var matches with variable. Okay. The two new things are let and const.
Let and
okay, we will talk about, see over here we are talking about const. Okay, we will see in this.
Yeah.
Declaring a read-only variable with the const keyword. So you see, when you have a var, you can overwrite it anywhere. You can declare it multiple times. It will not complain.
So it will not show the error.
Yeah, it will work perfectly fine. Forget error, it will work. It will execute everything based on whatever you have written.
Yeah.
Right? So let basically now eliminates that option of once you declare and you can't redeclare. Right? You can't do let A on the top and later come and do let A. Okay?
Sounds right, yeah.
Yeah, on the same level. We'll talk about redeclaring same variables inside scope, whatnot later.
Yeah.
But on the same level, you can't have it again. Okay. Const also, you can't. Once you create a const, you can't declare another const with the same name. One. And let, you can do let A equal to 10 and then you do A equal to 20, it works.
Sure, yeah.
But you can't do const A equal to 10 and A equal to 20. You can't change const values. Once a const is constant.
It's constant, yeah.
Okay. Okay. The keyword let is not the only new way to declare variables. In ES6, you can also declare variables using the const keyword. Const has all the awesome features that let has, with the added bonus that the variables declared using const are read-only. They are constant value, which means that once a variable is assigned with a const, it cannot be reassigned. Const favpet equal to cats. Favpet equal to dogs will not work. The console will display an error due to reassigning of the values of favpet. You should always name variables you don't want to reassign using the const variable, right? This helps, like a const will be used for some type of thing which will not change. Like value of pi will always be constant, right?
Yeah.
So you can do pi equal to whatever 3.1427, whatever, how many ever decimal points you want to put.
Okay.
Okay, and then you can't redeclare it, or you can't overwrite it later. You should always name variables you don't want to reassign using the const keyword. This helps when you accidentally attempt to reassign a variable that is meant to stay constant. Note, it is common for developers to use uppercase variable identifiers for immutable values and lowercase or camel case for mutable values, objects and arrays. You will learn more about objects, arrays, and immutable and mutable values later. Also, in later challenges, you will see examples of uppercase, lowercase, or camel case variable identifiers. Change the code so that all variables are declared using let or const. Use let when you want the variable to change and const when you want the variable to remain constant. So, the first thing, FCC
is const. Second one is let.
Okay, FCC will be const, but how will FCC be written?
What do you mean?
A const, the convention is to write it in all caps, the variable, for a const.
I didn't get you.
FCC is small f and big C, no?
Yeah.
If you're declaring it with a const, you make it all caps.
Is that the rules? Or...
Yeah.
So I have to change the F?
Yeah. Okay. That's the convention. Okay. It's not the rule. It won't throw an error.
But that's the convention.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, that's how normal people...
Yeah. So if anybody sees in the middle of their code, if they see one variable with all caps, you should know it's a constant value and it's an important value or what.
But, okay.
Okay. You see how the color of FCC changed?
Sure.
To green?
It was normal.
Yeah.
No change. So.
What did you do? Oh, this is the next test, yeah? Okay, 1 minute. Where did you go? Same thing, right? Yeah. So numbers. Funda is simple. 10 plus 0 should give you 10. 10, whatever is not inside quotes. Right? If it is a double quote or a single quote, it's a string.
Not a number anymore.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, it's not a number anymore. It's treated as character 1 and character 0. It's not 1, 0, number 10.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Number is a data type in JavaScript which represents numeric data. Now let's try to add two numbers using JavaScript. JavaScript uses the plus symbol as an addition operator when placed between two numbers. Const myvar equals to 5 and 10. Myvar now has a value of 15. Change the 0 so that the sum equals 20. 10 plus 10. Right. Now I'll close this. See over here what happens. Copy the same line. Clear this. Let sum equal to 10 plus 10. What do I get? 20. You can see the font size.
I can see, yeah, I can see from here.
It is 20. Okay. Now if I do sum equal to, in quotes, 10 plus 10 without quotes. Okay. This is a string. This is a number. Then JavaScript thinks that, hey, you're probably adding this to string and making it a long string.
Yeah.
Now if you press what is sum is 1010. right? So you understand what those double quotes, what a difference it makes.
Between the, yeah.
Okay.
With double quotes.
Okay. Yeah, all good. All good. Subtract one number from same addition and subtraction, same stuff, right? Once my var equals to this, change 0 so that the value is 12. 45 minus what equal to 12?
Might say 30.
22, 32, 42, 33. Multiplying, same funda, right? Here change 0 so that the product equal to 80. 8 into 10, 80.
Yeah.
Right? You understand the these mathematical whatever numbers, right?
Yeah. But you told me after const, it is like big capitalized.
That is a convention. So see,
But it's normal if you...
no. Try to understand. You will use the capital keys when it is a value that is important that you don't want to change. Let us say user ID, or forget user ID. You will have like API keys, right?
Yeah.
Which are security keys, and you don't want anybody to overwrite them or whatnot, right? And you want to highlight it to everyone.
Yeah.
So that type of stuff you will write it in caps, right?
Okay.
So const can be used to declare even variables like this.
Okay.
Okay. So the ideal thing is, the safest thing for you to do is every time declare your variable as a const. Always declare it as a const. If there is a need to change the number, then you come back and change from const to let. But every time you declare a const. Okay, just keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know if free code camp will tell you this, but just
no problem.
Change the 0 so the quotient is equal to 2. 66 by 33.
That's at 11.
You wanted 2, no? Yeah. So increment a number with JavaScript. You can easily increment or add 1 to a variable with the plus plus operator. I plus plus is the equivalent of I equal to I plus 1. Okay. Yeah. So this is the same as I equal to I plus 1. Right? So it is like you take this plus and put it back here. I plus, instead of doing I plus same value, you just do I plus plus. Just remember, I plus plus means whatever plus plus means, take the value incremented by 1.
By 1, okay, yeah.
It's just a small convention, because in a lot of places you will, whenever you're doing a loop or anything you want to, there is a lot of places where you'll increment the value by 1.
By 1, yeah.
Right? So they just made it like a shorthand to do it.
What?
Similarly, you will have I minus minus also.
Minus by 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Note that the entire line becomes I plus plus, eliminating the need for the equal sign. Change the code to use the plus plus operator from myvar. So instead of myvar plus 1, myvar plus plus. Same thing, myvar minus minus. Creating decimal numbers with JavaScript. We can store decimal numbers in variables too. Decimal numbers are sometimes referred to as floating point numbers or floats. Note, when you compute numbers, they are computed with finite precision. Operations using floating point may lead to different results than the desired outcome. If you are getting one of those results, open a topic in whatever that one. Create a variable named myDecimal. Const myDecimal equal to, give it a value with a fractional part, example 5.7. 5.7.
There's no of this?
Any decimal number, say.
Okay.
multiply two decimals with JavaScript. In JavaScript, we can perform calculations with decimal numbers just like whole numbers. Let's multiply two decimals to get the product. Change the 0.0 so that the products will be equal to 5.0. 2 into 2.5.
Yeah.
See here, Syed. Now say for example, you have 6 divided by 2. You get 3. 6.0 divided by 2. Sorry. 6.0 divided by 2 gives 3. Okay?
Yeah.
6 divided by 2.0. Oh, it's not showing. Okay. Maybe it is formatting here, but anytime you anytime one of the this one is a float, the result will be a float.
Okay.
Okay.
Not this.
Yeah.
Not one number. No.
Yeah. So probably this, and again internally, you know how the bit variables are there, right?
Yeah.
So int will have lesser, float will have longer. That is how it can store the decimal variables, right? It takes more place in memory. So what JavaScript is internally doing is, if you just divide two numbers and if it is like, let us say 15 by 5, it will make the answer as 3 and keep it as int so that it takes lesser space, right? But if you do divide by 5.0, do 3.0 because you're telling it that I want to float back. Or you'll have to manually convert it
to floats.
Yeah.
From
Okay.
Decimal to floats.
Yeah. So it is like remember how we saw that string 10 plus 10, once it gave 20, and then when I put a string it make 1010.
Yeah.
It is like JavaScript is thinking that, hey, when you're doing this, maybe you're trying to do this, maybe this is the best solution for what you have written. Okay. So a lot of people, there are a lot of memes about, let us say, JavaScript see, there are so many memes about what this does. 2 plus 2 4, 2 plus 2 22, 2 plus 2 minus 2 is 2, 2 plus, all these are strings, 2 plus 2 minus 2 gives 20, right? So there is a logic behind it. The engine is doing exactly what it does. It's just that for our normal logic it's like, hey, it makes no sense, but the engine is doing whatever it is supposed to do. Right, we don't understand it properly.
Yeah.
That's about it. All I'm saying is, it's not like the language is wrong. It is doing whatever it is supposed to do. See, there are so many funny things. Type of nan is number. If you type this number 99999 up to the last value and press enter, it will give you this number. Right? It does a lot of funny stuff. Square bracket plus this, it gives you an object. Array plus object gives you object. Array plus array gives you string. Object plus array gives you 0. Right? So funny stuff happens. But these are all basically all your memes. See, B plus A plus nothing plus A plus A, 2 lowercase, gives banana.
No way.
What do you think is happening here?
No idea, to be honest.
Okay. Remember.
Can you try that one in
One
JavaScript?
minute. I'll give you a tip. We just saw it now, that's why I'm asking.
Yeah,
Where
plus
is
plus.
addition? We saw about trying to add a value to a string.
String, yeah.
Right? If you, okay, so here basically I don't remember where we saw it, but here what is happening is B, okay, plus A is BA, nothing plus A, which is undefined, plus A gives NaN, which is not a number, which is another data type. We saw that data types we saw, right? In that NaN was a data type.
Yeah.
Okay. So NaN basically tells it's not a number. Okay, so you have B plus A, and this space and A gives NaN, and this is A. If you remove this 2 lowercase, right, Control Shift J, we will do exactly what that guy told.
B plus
B
plus A
plus
A
A
plus
plus
A
A
and A plus A
plus
A
A
lowercase.
dot 2 lowercase. If I do this 2 lowercase, I get banana. Now here I'll add B space A space, this A space, this A space. Okay, enter. B space A space A space N is this, and this is A space. Now if you remove that 2 lowercase, if I do space B space A, this thing and space A, B plus A plus N.
Not a number.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Okay. So the same logic is applicable for each one of these. Now it makes sense, right?
So now it makes sense. Yeah,
right. So the same thing is applicable for other stuff here. See here, this is again the same thing. Something NN. Nothing plus A is NN plus A. Right? NN A. Okay. And that is banana. And then get it all to lowercase, you get banana. Right. So this is whatever the explanation of that. Similarly, all of this stuff, each one of these has logic in it. It's just that I don't have the answers to it, but
for now, yeah.
If this made enough trouble to me, I would find out the answer. It's just that these are all those whatever fun meme type questions. See? Okay, fine. Anyway, change 0.0 so that the quotient equals 2.2. 2.2. So it should be 4.4. 4.4 divided by 2 should give 2.2. Correct? Finding a remainder. Same thing, Syed. See, okay, fine. The remainder operator is a percentage operator. Like how you do 5 divided by 2 gives you
2.5.
2.5.
Yeah.
Okay. So 2 and 2 makes 4 and 1 is left. Right? Yeah. So 5% 2 gives you that remainder. It gives you 1.
Yeah.
This operator, the remainder operator percentage, gives the remainder of the division of two numbers.
So instead you write remainder, it is percentage.
Yeah.
So percentage represents the remainder. So let's say...
Yeah, okay, fine. Let's say...
So what I mean, 10 divided by 5 equals 2. Remainder is 0.
Yeah. So 10% 5?
0.
0.
Okay, so 10 divided by 4 equals 2. And remainder is 2.
Yeah.
So 10% 4 equals 2.
Okay. 5% 2 equal to 1. Okay. 2% 2 equal to 4. 5 minus 4 equal to 1. So this is the logic behind it.
Yeah.
Right. Usage. In mathematics, a number can be checked to be even or odd.
Yeah.
By checking the number of the division by the number 2. Right. So think about it. Now, to check divisibility, if a number should be divisible by 9, then it should be divisible by 6 and 3.
Yeah.
Right.
Sure.
So now if I had to check something instead of, so by logic I would have to check whether it's divisible by 6, divisible by 3, and then check those conditions, and then I can tell it is divisible by 9. Instead I just do this and check whether it is 0 or not.
Oh.
Whether the answer is 0 or not. Yeah. 81% 9 should give 0.
Yeah.
Right? And the percentage is also referred to as modulo operator.
Yeah.
Okay. In mathematics, a number can blah blah blah. 17% 2 equal to 1. 17 is odd. 48% 2 equal to 0. 48 is even. Okay. Note, the remainder operator is sometimes incorrectly referred to as modulus operator. Okay. I told you it is referred to as modulus. No? So that time it is incorrectly referred to. It is very similar to modulus, but does not work properly with negative numbers. Okay, fine. Set remainder equal to the remainder of 11 divided by 3 using the remainder operator. Const remainder equal to 11 percentage 3. Okay.
Should I remove 0?
Of course. How much time have we done? Oh, we have just crossed 45 minutes, Sayed.
How much did you put?
This does not have a timer, I think.
Oh, bro, it's too much, bro.
Too much? Okay.
Yeah.
We are now in question. We will stop at the next modulo 10 equal to 0 number.
Okay.
We are now in...
Oh, there is no numbers.
Oh, no.
And the remainder,
Okay. Hey, see, we are in 20.
20. Oh, okay.
Okay, we'll do 5 more.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I'm tired.
Dude, it's just mathematics, man. It's just
I'm little late, but we'll do 5.
Okay,
Only
we'll do
5?
5. Yeah,
Oh.
5 and we'll finish. Okay.
Oh.
Compound assignment with augmented addition. In programming, it is common to use assignments to modify the contents of a variable. Remember that everything to the right of the equal sign is evaluated first. So we can say my var equal to my var plus 5. Okay. To add 5. So basically here is what happens, Sayed. Here, whatever is there. Now say I have a equal to a plus 2, right?
Yeah.
Right, in this sentence, whatever is on the right hand side of this is evaluated first.
Yeah.
Okay, then this one basically becomes, let us say a is 3, right here. So in the next step it basically becomes a equal to 3 plus 12, and then it becomes a equal to 15.
Yeah.
And this is how it gets assigned.
Yeah.
Okay, but you have to understand that this gets evaluated first. So every time if you say a equal to a plus 12, it will take the previous value of a, perform the action, and then it will save on top of it. Okay. To add 5 to my var, okay, since this is, okay, what are we supposed to do? Convert the assignments for a, b and c to use plus equal to. Okay, so when you have a equal to a plus 12, you take this a, you take this basically. Okay, that's it.
So you don't...
Plus equal to is an operator.
Okay.
Okay, so every time you see a plus equal to 12, it means a equal to a plus 12.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, b plus equal to 9, c plus equal to 7. Got it?
Yeah.
(21), 22, 23, 24, 25.
It's the same thing, bro.
Okay. Yeah. Same.
Minus or equal, yeah?
Yeah, minus equal to. Same thing will be applicable even to all operators, bro. Division, subtraction, same stuff.
Oh, okay.
Star equal to
Even a star.
all operators, Sayed. Plus, minus, star, divided by modulus, everything.
Okay.
Okay, it's just a shorthand. Okay, this is the last one. 25. Okay, so see here, Syed.
Yeah.
When you define, okay, let me try to explain this problem. Say for example, I want to print this. Okay. Syed said, I am home.
Yeah.
Full stop.
Yeah.
This is what I want to print to this one.
Yeah. Constant. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm home.
So here you have double quote. Here you have single quote.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let us try to. Now I'll remove that. I'll make this I am home. You only have double quote here.
Yeah.
Okay. So now if I want to do const, I'll do let string equal to open with single quotes. The same double quotes wala thing, single quotes. Then I can paste all of this. Semicolon. I'll just cut this. Control X. We'll run it here in the console. Okay. Let string is that. What is the value of string? With single quote, double quote, single quote.
Yeah.
This single quote is what we put outside.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if I wanted a variation of, if I wanted this to be, now this is what I want to print. Syed said, I apostrophe M. I'm home.
Yeah.
Okay. Then what do you do here? If I try, hello, 5 minutes. So I want to put an apostrophe here.
Yeah.
Right. So if I try this, let string equal to single quote.
Yeah.
If I copy this, clear this. This is how we declared it, right? This is what I declared, right?
Yeah.
Now if I come here and if I try making this apostrophe M,
Yeah.
what happened? Some color changed. But basically what happened is this started here, single quote,
and it
came all the way here and it finished here. Now this started a double quote and it is waiting for its end.
Okay.
And this M and home, it is thinking it is variable names. If I press this, you will probably get, see, unexpected identifier. Right? So the way to escape this is, inside this single quote, I want to escape this single quote, right? Mine is starting here and it is ending here. I want to escape this. So I'll put forward slash. No, I'll put backward slash. Which is backward slash? See this slash? I put this slash. Then it escapes. Okay. The other way around, if my string was starting with double quotes, if it was starting here with double quotes and ending here with double quotes, then this single quote here is no problem. This single quote is no problem. But this double quote started and ended here. So I would escape this. And I would escape whatever, this. So instead of having to sit and struggle with all of this, they started. And in this, let us say, for example, if I come here and press enter. If I come here and if I said like this, right, with double quotes or with single quotes, it assumes that this line is over here. It thinks the line is over here. It is coming and looking for the variable Syed.
Yeah.
Okay. So the way to deal with all of this is let string equal to, you see this thing above tab and next to one, it's called this apostrophe.
Yeah.
Open and close it and close this. How you were using symbol quote, double quote, same way, but use this symbol, and here you can do Syed said double quote
I'm home.
I'm home.
Okay.
Okay.
There will
Sorry.
be no problem, yeah?
There will be no problem. So now if you just put string, where is string? No problem. Similarly, in this, I can come here and I can do.
Okay. It will consider it all one
Yeah,
line.
it will consider all of it as one single string. You see, each one of these enters, it has saved it as /n /n/n. So when it renders it, it will render a new line.
New line.
Got it? So that is all that is being tried to do here. Okay. So see, in JavaScript you can escape a quote from considering it as an end of a string by placing a backslash. Alan said /double quote.
Double quote, yeah.
Peter is something /double quote.
So,
Right? This signals to JavaScript that the following quote is not the end of the string, but should instead appear inside the string. So if you have to print this on the console, you will get this whole sentence with the double quotes. Use backslashes. This is what it says. I'll just finish this and we'll wrap it up. Yeah. Go paste this here, and everywhere I have those double quoted things, I have to escape it. Inside double quotes. Okay. Control enter. Done. Got it?
where is that forward slash?
I don't know where it comes from.
Here.
Yeah.
And then
That. Double quoted also, no? Everything inside the string.
what do you mean?
Where is double quoted? Where does it end?
Well,
I am a double quoted. Quoted. No. Left. Before string. Right. That also should be escaped, right? That is also a part of the sentence, no?
So all of them.
Yeah.
Like this.
Yeah. No. I think after double quotes, here, this one. This is what you're trying to print, Syed. See, this is what you're trying to print. I am a double quoted string inside double quotes. Now, how do you escape that? Here, this one. Yeah. Control enter. No, did you press enter there? Control Z, what did you do? You have pressed an enter here, Syed. This has to connect. Yeah, just press backspace to that. No. Yeah, it is one line now. Got it?
Good.
Done.
But
Cool scenes. Yeah.
I don't understand what you're doing. It looks like HTML, CSS.
Yeah, so it will take a lot of time for you to, not a lot, probably another 2 or maybe 3
3 months.
No. 2 or 3 of these sessions for you to get started with the HTML part where JavaScript starts touching HTML. Right? So actually in the syllabus, if you go and look, come here, there is basic JavaScript. Now you might be wondering, hey, why are we doing all of this, etc.
Yeah.
But when you go there and when you have to print a string in HTML or whatnot, right? Maybe you get some piece of data from one place, some piece of data from some place. You try adding those two, and then you do that banana sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And then you're like, why? What happened? That is because you didn't pay attention to the basics, right? So now we are only learning the JavaScript language. So in this whole thing, we are only talking about only different data types and stuff like that. We are not touching HTML here.
HTML,
Okay?
yet.
Yeah. So we are doing only the programming part. We do all of this. We do ES6 also. This also regular expressions, debugging, this. Functional. Where is...
Responsive.
There must be some... No. Why isn't there any HTML here? Iterating JavaScript, this one, recursion, ES6.
Put Control F.
Yeah. 1 minute. Is there another, this one for that? See, we don't need to do, we will do this part. We will do basic JavaScript.
Yeah.
Okay. And we will do ES6. We will do this part.
Yeah.
Okay, these 29. You don't need regular expressions. Not needed for you.
Okay.
Debugging helpful. We will go through it. This is not like any course. This is just like blog articles. How to open, like I'm pressing this, Control Shift J, and I select this, and I can click an element, and then I can see what elements are there. All of these are debugging tools. That is this section. Okay. Data structures not needed for you. Algorithms not needed. Object oriented programming, we can think about it right now, not needed. Functional not needed. Intermediate not needed. Right now you're not ready for any of this stuff. Okay, and you don't need it for your web development stuff to get started, right? Okay. So we will go to.
So JavaScript is not only for front end; it's also for back end.
Yeah. So JavaScript as a language is there are a lot of backend tools that are built with JavaScript as a language.
Like what?
Node, Express.
What is those?
They help you set up servers and do the backend stuff.
Okay.
Right. So
and they are part
like
of
remember in your like Java project
you
built. I think I'll stop the stream. I think this much is done.